Hello, I'm Collector David. I have a train channel and I also like to do repair jobs in the meantime, repairing bicycles or trains, fans. And in this scenario, I came up with handmade ribbons for Ribbonaire. I bought this on eBay. This is original vintage hat ribbon that would have been on a hat, but this actually works for the Ribbonaire. That's what had been originally what this one was as the original piece. And this one being a replacement, very close to what would have been color-wise new. So, this is a video to basically show you guys how to make ribbons from the Ribbonaire, how to take it apart and put it on. And other than that, this is 100% hand stitch every one of these, so if you can do that, that's great. If not, you might want to hand off to someone else that does stitching. All my own stitching patterns and how to actually make the blades. And real quick, I want to say that how you get this off is you take basically a X-Acto knife and you just pop this. Let's see if I can screwdriver now. With X-Acto knife, it'll go around the edge, gently pop it off. There is a screw on the inside of that. It is reverse threads. In other words, the left is actually tight and tight is actually loose. And you get that off, cap comes off, and that's what we're going to be working. So stay tuned and let's get going. So here we have the Ribbonaire, and I'm going to tell you a couple things about this fan for basically redoing the blades. So first of all, these blades are just basically a strong woven material. So this is a Ribbonaire I'm working with. Right now it's missing one blade. I made a second one, and what I'm going to get into with that is basically these are the original blades, and it's just a material basically real stiff kind of ribbon. And the thing is, I haven't made this ribbon in a very long time. I was able to get new old stock ribbon. It's a red raspberry color, which goes good with the fan. I think this originally new was about that color, just a little darker. It's hard to get this material still, but I found on eBay. So basically, unlike fans that have metal fans and metal blades, this one has, it's kind of like just a ribbon like material. And so they don't really make reproduction blades for these. And so basically what I did is I went on the fan site, the Fan Collectors Association. I found out they made them originally in replacements in 6 inches, 7 inches, and 8 inches. And I cut 1 to 8 inches, and then what I do is basically, because you gotta make them, is I will roll it like this and make it like a little flap like that, and the second one similar to this, and then you can see that it has a little lip, and then you can slide it in to the fan. That's originally how these were. Right here, for example, is the big lip that goes on the inside of the fan, and then the small lip that goes on the outside of the fan. It's very hard to do this by manual stitching, but that's what I'm doing because I don't know the machine is quite good enough to get that small detail. And so that's basically what you gotta do. You gotta make the blades for this fan, and fortunately enough, you can find the material. Like I said, this is new old stock from a hat factory I got off eBay. Fortunately, I got like 150 yards of it, so I got plenty in case I make a mistake. The other thing I want to mention about this is a couple of things. I got the cap off. The cap with this whole fan is made out of Bakelite, so it's a very breakable plastic, especially as it gets hot or as it gets aged. This is the original cap for it. I did not break it or anything. This does pop off and on, but you want to use like a X-Acto knife or something smaller. If you use a screwdriver, you're just going to chip it. So I recommend like a X-Acto knife or something small where you can just get around it. The second thing, once you get that off, this is going to be on the inside, and this is a reverse threaded screw, and what that basically means for you and me is when you turn it right, it's actually loosening it, and if you don't do that, you strip it because right is loose in this rare case. So once you get that off, you got the motor. It's a good idea to clean the motor, just kind of get the dirt and grease and stuff off. Just gently clean it like I did. Your oiling points that you're gonna want oil are gonna be this part right here in the top. That's gonna be one oiling spot you're gonna want to do. The second one is just gonna be this spot right here. So basically, that hole in the top are your two oiling points. So that's basically some information about the fan. If the fan works correctly, it should have a high and low speed, which even at this point you can test the speed without the cap being on. Just want to obviously touch it. And so my fan actually, originally it had the original cord and it had the original end piece. At some point I misplaced it and the end piece got broke. So here's what the end piece would have looked like originally, kind of round and stuff. It's kind of a replacement actual one I got. But I found an older cord that has a good quality. And it's older, but with these older cords, if you bend it and it doesn't crack, it's good. If it cracks, it's bad. And to help the leather cords last longer, same thing with leather blades, if a fan you have has that, is Armor All, the original one, and just swipe it down and just make it nice and rubber like again. You can even do that for the base where there's rubber to save the rubber. And then I added this because, like I said, my original piece broke. And this is just an end cap that looks really nice with the Bakelite, both being Bakelite originally from the early 40s. So that's some information about this fan. And next shot of it will be with the blades on. Alright, so this is what I'm doing with the blades. Basically I just got one on and it fit. So this is basically what I'm doing, which is I got this, I'm gonna roll it to very small flaps 3 times, so 1, 2, 3. And it's gonna be very small. So like this. And see, it's a very, very small flap. I'm gonna zoom in so you can see that. A very small flap. So that's 1. And it's about 3/16 of an inch, I would say. 2 is tight and as straight as I can, not left or right, as straight as 2. 3. So there's the 3. I'm going to tighten up a little bit. Okay. So that's 3 flaps. So 1 flap, 2 flap, 3. And then what I'm going to do is put a paper clip over it like that to hold in place. Doesn't even have to be super tight, just enough that it doesn't go anywhere. And from this point on, I'm gonna sew it, and what I'm sewing is it is gonna be going up and down. So from this point it's going down and up, down and up, down and up on the back side and then the front side. And every time I go all the way to the left, wrap it around the corner here, go all the way to the left, wrap it around the corner, go front, around the corner to the left. So that's what I'm going to do to fix this, and the next step I'll show you. Just going into it all the way down, pulling it through, and going back up. I'm not weaving around. Hovering towards the outside of the loop, and then when I come back, go around, I'll be on the inside of the loop. Basically being double security in case for whatever reason it gets wound up and the motor spins a lot. I don't want it coming loose or anything. Alright, so the first part's complete. That's going to be on the inside of the fan. The inside you're not going to see, so the outside flap you want to do twice. And it's harder to do, especially on camera. Basically, you need to bend it towards the other one and leave a little bit of a space. So just kind of time it. And you're basically wrapping it twice. And this is what you want to do. See if we can zoom in that. See how there is a line right here. That line is going to keep the blade from, no, it was a fabric blade, from going in and out of the fan when you turn it off and on, it picks up speed and all that. You're just going to leave it with that, with like next to no line, so it's got a tight grip so it won't go back and forth or slide in and out. So in and out. That's what you want, is a little line. And so in and out, in and out, in and out, and then knot it on the four corners of it. But this is again a 2 flap, versus the other one is a 3 flap, so you won't see it as easily. Alright, so at this point I have one end already in the fan, one end at this point. And like I was saying earlier, you can't find a blaze for these, so you gotta make them. I figured out this way to making them. It seems to work. So you gotta figure out a little bit what's too loose and what's too much gap and not enough gap. So anyways, what you're gonna do now is make sure you flip it where it's not twisted but straight on, and put it into the hole, like pretty much like this. Let's see, let's make sure I got it the right way. What I'm gonna do is put a little bit into the main hole and try to slide it as I'm pushing it. So kind of like this. Okay. And then from the inside, I'm gonna try to push it inside if I can. Grab it from the inside. Going. Okay, I kind of missed the inside of that one, so I'll try it again. There's a lot of trial and error, but you can get it the right way at work. You just gotta spin it in. It almost got here. Okay. Yeah. You got it. Okay, there we go. So I think I got all of that, looks like it. And see, it's nice and tight, which is what you want. So there's 2 out of 3. This one actually I didn't slide quite perfectly in. So I'll try that again. Let's see, this was the other one I worked on earlier. There we go. So I want to make sure it's not sticking out and that's flat. So see, I fixed that, that's good. The way I got it is so you see a little bit of a loop. That's the point of like the outside looping. There's 2 folds, this is 3. On the inside, it's just the right amount where it's not going to touch the motor. So that's good. It's nice and tight. And this is nice and tight too. So, anyways, yep, next part of the video. So this is finished. I showed you how to sew it and put it together. And the last part is, I noticed on a couple of these older pieces that originally it was glued in on the inside, and I did test this to see if it would actually work without the glue, and this blows a lot of air, as it should. And then the glue, it just put light bubbles around it so it will hold it together. It actually did not move the way I did it, it stayed put, but just to be safe for future reference and in case I sell the fan or whatever, want to stay put. So anyways, keeping it for now, but it's all glued and all 6 of the contact points. It looks like this. So it looks nice now. So I'll put it back together when the glue dries. And that is how you re-ribbon a Ribbonaire. And so I hope that helps, and basically I will put down a link of saying exactly word for word what this is called so you can find it. I will say this is really hard to find. I got lucky and I found a brand new roll of it, and so hopefully you guys can find it. And it does come in basically a red raspberry is what this is called. So that's it. Thank you for watching, and you have a great day, and have fun out there.